starting lineups. First, for our visitors from Harrogate, the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters. Leading off and playing in center field, number 8, Madison Henry. Batting second, playing in left field, number 2, Anna Kate Reister. Batting third, playing third, number 23, Stetta Dendine. Cleanup hitter and catcher is number 25, Mackenzie Henry. Batting fifth, playing first, number 5, Katie Pizzuto. Batting sixth, the designated player, number 16, Kelsey Tuggle. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 6, Reese Vivren. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 22, Victoria Conley. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 12, Gracie Palmer. The starting pitcher for the Rail Splitters is number 15, Emma Frost. Lincoln Memorial is coached by Richie Richardson, assisted by Travis Hill and Bella Bucciolato-Hennan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineup for your Carson-Newman Eagles. In left field from Gadsden, Alabama, a 5'5" freshman, number 14, Abby Martin. In center field from Alcoa, Tennessee, a 5'6" junior, number 18, Sienna Cameron. In right field from Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, a 5'7" junior, number 4, Mary Vandergrift. At third base from Orange, Connecticut, a 5'5" junior, number 42, Brooke Matozowski. At shortstop from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'7" sophomore, number 2, Hayden Dye. At second base from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, a 5'3" senior, number 6, Carmen Holt. At first base from Coreyton, Tennessee, a 5'4" junior, number 12, Macy Hughes. The catcher from Harrodsburg, Kentucky, a 5'5" sophomore, number 33, Kennedy Warner. And the starting pitcher from Southside, Alabama, a 5'10" freshman, number 31, Riley Gaddis. Carson-Newman is coached by Michael Graves, assisted by Sarah King, athletic trainer Becca Brandstetter. Ladies and gentlemen, before our national anthem, we'd like to take a moment and have a moment of silence for the 6 victims of the mass shooting that occurred at the Covenant School in the Green Hills neighborhood outside of Nashville, Tennessee, earlier this week. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Current and former service members may render a salute as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Greetings, salutations, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex, where a massive week begins for both Carson-Newman's Eagles and Lincoln Memorial's Rail Splitters. Both of these teams within a couple games of first-place Wingate in the South Atlantic Conference. standings, and 2 wins for either Carson-Newman or Lincoln Memorial would go a long way to staying step for step with the Bulldogs. Eagles play the Bulldogs on Saturday to start off the month of April. Carson-Newman turns to Riley Gaddis in the circle. The Eagles, 24-6 and 9-3 in the league. Gaddis, 8-3 in her freshman season with a 4.02 ERA, and opponents hitting .286 off of her. Carson-Newman in the all-whites today for the first time this season. And the Eagles will try to tackle a Lincoln Memorial team that it hasn't defeated since 2018. Lincoln Memorial has been trying to find its own footing. Rail Splitters were nationally ranked to start the season and went 0 for 6 at the NFCA Leadoff Classic and fell out of the rankings. Underway at 12:58 with Madison Henry leading things off for Lincoln Memorial. Gaddis starts her low and away with a ball and a 1-0 count. Madison Henry, center fielders, hitting .360 this season. One of 3 Rail Splitters who have started all 39 games this year for Lincoln Memorial, 24-15. Gaddis locks and loads the 1-0. It bounces in the turf for ball 2. 2-0 to Madison Henry. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody out. Obviously, with the game just underway, the 2-0. Gaddis grooves at the belt for a strike, 2-1. Both these teams participated in last year's Southeast Regionals and arguably in position to do so again this year. The 2-1 took something off of it, left it low, and it's 3-1 to Madison Henry. Henry has walked 15 times this year. Riley Gaddis has issued 19 free passes in 71 1/3 innings of work this season. 3-1, Gaddis twirls up the pitch, misses downstairs, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Madison Henry, and that sends Reister to the plate. Lincoln Memorial with the leadoff batter aboard. And the left fielder, Anna Kate Reister, to the plate. Freshman's hitting .269 this season as the lefty stands in. LMU sacrifices more than anybody else in the sack. The first pitch is in for a strike to Reister, 0-1. Henry stayed put on first. She is a threat out there, 7 steals and 9 tries this season, with 25 runs scored. No score, top of the first. Gaddis sights the side from Kennedy Warder and delivers the 0-1. Runner on the move, pitch low, Warder up throwing. In front of the bag, Dye can only block it, and Henry successfully steals second base. 8th steal of the year for Madison Henry. And Lincoln Memorial has a runner in scoring position with nobody out. 1-1 to Henry. Lefty stays in front of the plate. Gaddis delivers the 1-1. Bunted, foul, back behind home plate. And it's 1-2. Lincoln Memorial doesn't steal a ton. Middle of the park pack in the South Atlantic Conference with now 40 steals on the season. But they are pretty good at the small ball game, stealing second, trying to sacrifice the runner over to third. But a 1-2 count to Reister as Gaddis pitches. Taken downstairs for a ball, it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Madison Henry on second base. Gaddis twirls up the 2-2. Pitch was upstairs. It's poked into shallow center field. A bit of a run for Cameron. but she ambles under it to retire Reister off the pop-up. One up, one down. So one out and one on for Stetta Dindine. Third baseman stands back of the plate as Gaddis pitches. Low for a ball. It's 1-0. 11 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 4 have been in the zone. A walk and a pop-up to start the top of the first. No score. Gaddis, the 1-0. She deals downstairs, drops low for a ball. It's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Our home plate umpire for this game is Jeff Blanken. Mark Wilson's at first, and Arnaz Cantrell is at third. Gaddis in the circle. Kennedy Warder behind the plate for Carson-Newman. Gaddis, 2-0 in pitching. Taken for a strike at the knees on the outer half, 2-1. Carson-Newman's infield. Pretty much the way it's been for the entire month of March. Brooke Matazowski at third, Hayden Dye at second, Hayden Dye at short, Carmen Holt at second, and Macy Hughes at first base. Gaddis, the 2-1 to Dindine. Swung on, laced to center field, right at Sienna Cameron, who makes 2 steps in and grabs it to retire Dindine on a hard hit ball. Dindine gave it a ride, but it was just right at Sienna Cameron. And there's 2 away for the catcher, Mackenzie Henry. Dindine, good poke. Just right in the tracks of Sienna Cameron. Henry's hitting .409 this year as Gaddis deals to her. On the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 out. Eagles trying to dance around the leadoff walk and strand her under in scoring position. Gaddis deals in the turf. It bounces away from Kennedy Warder to the third base on deck circle, and the wild pitch lets Henry move over to third base. So the go-ahead run 60 feet away for Madison Henry. Her sister Mackenzie at the plate. A 1-1 count. Gaddis turns and brings the 1-1 plateward. It's a changeup that's dribbled toward third. Matazowski fields on the second hop and throws to first in time to retire Henry on a little dribbler up the third base line. So the Eagles work around the leadoff walk. Lincoln Memorial leaves the opening run of the game stranded at third. Cameron, Hughes, Bailey to the bat rack for Carson-Newman when we return after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Back at the Vicky Kazee Hollifield softball complex, Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial scoreless after a half inning of action, and Sienna Cameron will climb into the left-hand hitter's box to go against the right-hand hurling Emma Frost, who rocks and fires the first pitch. Down the middle for a strike, 0-1 to begin the at-bat. Well, Emma Frost has been a thorn in Carson-Newman's side through her career. Moving quickly, the 0-1. Cameron swings, bounces it into the hole at second. Vivret fields on the turf, scoops it up and throws to first to Katie Pizzuto to get Cameron 4-3. So quickly one up, one down. Cameron hit it hard. Just hit it right at Vivrette. And there's one out for Macy Hughes. Frost is factored into the decision in her last 4 appearances against Carson-Newman as she throws a changeup in the turf for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out to Macy Hughes, who's hitting .366 this season. Frost got the win against Carson-Newman in the SAC tournament last year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. The handles for a strike, 1-1. Got a save in Game 2 at Lincoln Memorial and dealt a 2-hit shutout in Game 1 of last year's doubleheader against the Eagles. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Frost finds the edge of the plate at the handles, 1-2. Hughes started to offer and then kept the bat on her shoulder. A ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Hughes swings and tips it foul into Mackenzie Henry's mitt, and Frost tallies up her 115th strikeout of the season. 2 out, bases empty. Macaulay Bailey to the plate. First pitch to Bailey, drops low for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. Bailey, second in the country and runs batted in. Checks her swing at a changeup down, and it's 2-0. Frost has been pretty pitch efficient here to start out this inning. Senior with a 3.15 ERA and a 13-7 record this year. Opponents hitting .264 off of her. 2-0, Frost pitches. Bailey hacks it foul to the right now to play, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. No score, bottom of the first, bases empty for the Eagles. Frost winds and delivers the 2-1. It's a changeup, outside for a ball, 3-1. Lincoln Memorial defensively goes Anna Kate Reister in left, Madison Henry in center, and Victoria Conley in right. Third to first, Dendine, Palmer, Vivrette, and Pizzuto. Mackenzie Henry's behind the plate, the 3-1. Bailey takes off the plate away. Frost doesn't give her anything to hit. And a 2-out walk for Macaulay Bailey. 8th free pass of the season for Macaulay Bailey. And Frost really didn't give her anything worthwhile. And why would you when Bailey's second in the league in home runs and second in the country in RBI? Here's a pitch to Matizowski, popped up left side of the field. It drifts onto the green part of the turf. The shortstop Palmer floats back and settles under it to retire Matizowski on a pop-up. So a 2-out walk for Macaulay Bailey, and that's the extent of Carson-Newman's offense. No score after 1 inning. We're back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Katie Pizzuto leads things off for Lincoln Memorial. Here in the top of the second inning. In a scoreless ball game between the Eagles and Splitters. Both Carson-Newman and LMU got a walk in the first. couldn't do anything with it. Pizzuto hitting .325 this season as Gaddis goes back to work in the circle, wheeling and dealing. A pitch in the turf, low for a ball, 1-0. 18 pitches for Riley Gaddis, 8 have been for strikes. LMU winners of 10 straight in this series against Carson-Newman. Richie Richardson, 10-1 against Carson-Newman as head coach in his 6th year. 1-0, misses down and away. Ball 2, 2-0 to Pizzuto. Lost the first game he coached against Carson-Newman back in 2018. That was a 12-5 Eagle win over in Harrogate. And haven't dropped one since. Uncommon losing streak for Carson-Newman. The 2-0 bounces in the turf, blocked well by Warder. Not that there's anybody on. And it's 3-0 to Pizzuto. Not that they've been blowouts. For the most part, they've been close games. Eagles have struggled to score runs in spots. Shut out 3 times on the skid. Haven't been run ruled. LMU's just had Carson-Newman's number here of late. 3-0 pitch. Finds the edge of the plate for a strike, 3-1. To Katie Pizzuto. Three balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Pizzuto. Gaddis. It's the sign and pitches. 3-1 is hit in the air to left. Martin drifting back, coming forward, and settling under it to retire Pizzuto. Routine fly ball for Abby Martin, and there's 1 away. So Gaddis battles back from a 3-0 hole to get a fly ball out, and there's 1 away for the designated player, Kelsey Tuggle. Richie Richardson trying to find the lineup that best suits his team, as they've had an up-and-down month of March. Gaddis deals to Tuggle. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. A scratch, a surprise scratch, I suppose. Not Kelsey Tuggle, but her sister Katie. She's not in the lineup today. One of the better hitters in the SAC over the last several seasons. The 1-0. Kelsey looks at a strike at the belt, 1-1. Tuggle hitting .299 this season. 29 knocks and 97 trips to the plate, with 10 extra base hits split evenly between doubles and home runs. 1 out, nobody on, no score, top of the 2nd. Gaddis twirls up the 1-1. Bounces in the turf for a ball. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder. Brings the 2-1 plateward. It's a changeup, dropping low, 3-1 to Tuggle. A 10-game losing streak that Carson-Newman is on against Lincoln Memorial. The 2nd longest losing streak that Carson-Newman's had to any one foe. Longest losing streak to a league opponent, the 3-1. Taken for a strike at the belt, 3-2 to Tuggle. Eagles dropped 16 straight to Kennesaw State. On and off through a decade from 1991 to 2001. That's the longest skid for Carson-Newman against any one team. Was hoping to put a halt to it here against LMU. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Tuggle out in front, and there's 2 away. Bases empty, 2 out, top of the 2nd. Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial scoreless. Vivrette stands in. 7-hole hitter, batting .276 this year. Gaddis deals to her, and Vivrette takes a first pitch strike at the knees, 0-1. 29 pitches for Riley Gaddis, 14 for strikes. Pivotal doubleheader here between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial. Both these teams top 15 in the country in a ton of offensive categories this year, the 0-1. Upstairs, it's 1-1. Both 2 of the highest scoring offenses in the country. top 15 in the country in hits. These teams have been formidable at the plate. Game back of first in the sack, the 1-1. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. Abby Martin racing toward the line. And the left fielder reaches up and grabs the ball at head height to retire Vivrette. So a 1-2-3 inning for Riley Gaddis. Vivrette lines out down the left field line. And we stay scoreless after an inning and a half. Warder, Dye, and Holt to the plate for Carson-Newman when we come back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Kennedy Warder leads off the bottom of the second for Carson-Newman, tipping the first pitched foul from Emma Frost, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Warder swings, dribbles it left side of the infield. Palmer scoops it up at short. Throw to first is in time to get Warder 6-3. 1 up, 1 down. And Hayden Dye to the plate. Hayden Dye hitting .238 this season. But in the month of March, her average sits at .352. First pitch from Frost is on the edge of the plate for a strike. 0-1. A 1. Upstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball. 1 strike, 1 out. Bases empty for the Eagles. Bottom of the second with no score. Frost turns and fires the 1-1. Dye swings, lifts it to straightaway center field. Drifting back to the warning track goes Henry, and she settles under it to retire Dye on a well-hit ball to straightaway center. 2 away for Carmen Holt. Both teams have had 1 base runner, a walk in the first inning. Been a quiet day on the base paths with Emma Frost pitching for Lincoln Memorial and Riley Gaddis hurling for Carson-Newman. First pitch to Carmen Holt is lifted toward first. Pizzuto, 1 shuffle step right, and the first baseman snares it to retire Holt. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Eagles. No score after 2. Conley, Palmer, Henry to the plate for LMU when we get back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee and Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
No score through 2 innings between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial. Both squads have had exactly one base runner. Madison Henry, walked to lead off the game for LMU. Macaulay Bailey walked with 2 outs for Carson-Newman. And that's it. That's all the offense in this one, as Riley Gaddis goes to work against the right fielder Conley, who bunts foul to begin the at-bat, 0-1. Well, we've had fewer base runners in this game than Carson-Newman softball alumnus have had engagements in the past week. Leah Sohm, Taylor Scott, Lacey Reines, all getting engaged last week. Swing and a tapper foul off of Warder's mask, 0-2. And here we are in the third. More rings for newly betrothed ex-Carson-Newman softball players than base runners in this one. Goose eggs on the scoreboard all the way around. Conley's hitting a .158 this season. 32nd appearance and 20th start for the Rail Splitters. She's in a 0-2 hole as Gaddis pitches. Downstairs for a ball, it's 1-2. 34 pitches, 17 for strikes for Riley Gaddis. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder and delivers the 1-2 to the plate. It's in the turf for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Victoria Conley. These games just absolutely massive. Eagles have played 2 fewer games than Wingate and would need to sweep LMU to keep pace with the Bulldogs atop the league table, the 2-2. It's a changeup that bites low for ball 3 to load the count on Conley. Lincoln Memorial sits a game and a half back of Wingate. Bulldogs have played 2 more, the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Riley Gaddis tallies up her 2nd K of the day and her 34th of the season to get the first out of the top of the 3rd. Gaddis, good movement on a pitch up. Fooled Conley to bring up Palmer. The shortstop, Gracie Palmer, hitting .262. Gaddis deals to her. And Palmer takes down for a ball, 1-0. Didn't miss by much. Eagles, for the first time this season, wearing all white jerseys. White tops, white trousers, white socks. 1-0. Palmer takes a strike at the handles, outer half, 1-1. White visors. Only thing that's not white on the jerseys, blue numerals on the back. The eagle head with its orange beak on the front. And the See Around In logo with the blue C and the orange N on the left sleeve. The 1-1 pitch. Breaks outside for a ball, 2-1 to Palmer. Lincoln Memorial with navy blue tops, LMU written in Tar Heel blue across the front of the jerseys, trimmed in white. Light blue numbers on the rear with white pants and knee-high navy socks. Gaddis turns her body and brings the 2-1 to the plate. Swinging a bouncer, back up the box, diving is Holt. She can only knock it down. No throw to first, and Palmer aboard with a 1-out single. An infield single for Gracie Palmer. First hit of the day for either team. And LMU has a base runner with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Brings up the center fielder, Madison Henry, who walked to lead off the game. Lefty stands in as Gaddis deals low for a ball, 1-0. Palmer has been effective on the base paths. 10 stolen bases in 12 attempts this season. She stands on first. As Gaddis works against the left-hand hitting Madison Henry. She winds and delivers. Henry squares to bump, pulls it back. It's in for a strike. Throw down to second in time. Dye swipes the tag on Palmer. Warder catches her stealing for just the third time this season. Caught stealing goes 2-6, and the first hit of the day erased for Lincoln Memorial. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out now. As Madison Henry comes back in. I got it. I thought she missed the tag. Swings at the first pitch, lifts it to right center field. It one-hops the wall. Cameron Fields throws into second, where Dye grabs it, but Madison Henry doubles to the wall in right center field. Her 8th two-base hit of the season. And how big is it that Kennedy Warder was able to throw out Palmer now on the caught stealing? 2-out double for Madison Henry brings up the left fielder, Anna Kate Reister. She popped up to center her first time up. 2 out, runner in scoring position, Henry. Gaddis deals. Low for a ball, it's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, no score, top of the third. Lincoln Memorial has a runner in scoring position, though, in Madison Henry after a 2-out double. Gaddis brings the 1-0 plateward. Popped up, third base side, foul and onto Davis Street. And that nearly hit, I believe that was Jackson Ward, one of Carson-Newman's starting defensive backs who was riding his bike down Davis Street. Missed him by about 20 feet. A lot of targets out there today for foul balls, including a yellow Camaro. Absolutely daft to park that vehicle there. The 1-1. Line drive, bouncing to second. Holt Fields throws to first in time to get Reister. And that's the final out of the inning. So, Lincoln Memorial, thanks to a caught stealing, held scoreless. A 2-out double from Madison Henry should have scored the first run of the game. But Kennedy Warder able to catch Palmer on the base paths, and we stay scoreless, headed to the bottom of the third. Vandergriff, Martin, Cameron to the plate for Carson-Newman. We get back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer. You're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team.
Well, Emma Frost quickly back to work, and she fires a first pitch strike to Mary Vandergriff to begin this at-bat at 0-1. 2 innings of no hit ball for Emma Frost as she deals low to Vandergriff, 1-1. Eagles have had 1 base runner. That was a 2-out walk to Macaulay Bailey. Otherwise, ground out, strike out, pop out, ground out, fly out, line out. Frost the 1-1. Vandergriff stays back on a changeup, lines it toward left center, but reaching up is the shortstop Palmer, who gets under it and retires Vandergriff. Well played by Palmer. Well hit by Vandergriff. Just right at Gracie Palmer, who was playing closer to the second base bag than the hole at short. Brings up the 9-hole hitting Abby Martin. Freshman hitting .422. Pokes the first pitch. She gets into the air to straightaway center field. Couple shuffle steps left for Madison Henry to the edge of the see-in logo in center. And Martin's retired. Quickly 2 away off of 3 pitches for Emma Frost. 22 pitches, 15 strikes for Frost as the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Sienna Cameron. Frost deals. Cameron bunts, third base side. Charging to field, Dendine. Throw to first, not in time. Sienna Cameron bunts herself aboard with 2 out. A bunt single up the third base line to Dindine. Dindine's throw to first was high, but Cameron was beating it anyway. That brings up Macy Hughes. First hit of the day for Carson-Newman. Hughes a strikeout victim. Her first time up as Frost pitches. Hughes swings, slashes it into the right center field alley. That's extra bases for Hughes. Cameron getting the wave around third as Vivrette cuts off the throw at second. Cameron slides in safely. Macy Hughes delivers with a 2-out RBI double to right center field. Eagles lead. Sienna Cameron scores from 3 bases away. And the Eagles have lit the lamp first. On the 2-out RBI double, smoke to right center from Macy Hughes. Brings up Macaulay Bailey. Let's see what Richie Richardson does to her. Does he elect to walk country's second leading run producer? First pitch is downstairs to Bailey, 1-0. First base is open with 2 outs. Hughes stands on second, and Lincoln Memorial's outfield is backed up and pinched in. The lines are open. Reister and Conley playing toward the left and right center field alleyways. Frost the 1-0. Bailey swings and fouls it off of first, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. A 1-0 lead for Carson-Newman here in the bottom of the third inning. Both these teams were hitless through the first 2 innings. Eagles have a run-producing hit with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 is a change up high. Bailey lays off, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A 1-0 lead for Carson-Newman on Lincoln Memorial here in the bottom of the third. Looking to hang a crooked number, though. Frost, the 2-1. Bailey swings, pops it into the air, first base side, and that's twisting out of play for strike 2, 2-2. So the instructions that Emma Frost is putting into practice. Pitch to Bailey with 2 out. Second in the nation with 48 driven in. And Bailey hitting .590 for the month of March. Frost, the 2-2. Bailey tomahawks a rise ball down the left field line. It's in foul ground. It stays in the park, though. And Anna Kate Reister reaches up on the edge of the batting cages to retire Bailey on the foul out. But Macy Hughes does damage. A 2-out RBI double to right center has given Carson-Newman a 1-0 lead through 3. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
1-0. Carson-Newman has the lead on Lincoln Memorial in the the top of the fourth inning after a RBI double from Macy Hughes. As Stetta Dindine stands in, taking in the turf for a ball to begin this at-bat, 1-0. Dindine, well struck her first time up. She lined out to straightaway center field to Sienna Cameron her first time through. Third baseman hitting .280. As Gaddis wheels and deals the 1-0. Downstairs for ball 2, 2-0. The instructions that Riley Gaddis has been given Keep it low. Don't give the splitters anything to hit. 49 pitches, 24 for strikes. She has danced around the zone. Not a lot of first pitch strikes, though, but she's battled effectively so far. The 2-0. That finds the edge of the plate for a strike. It's 2-1. 1-0 Eagles leading Lincoln Memorial here in the top of the fourth inning, thanks to Macy Hughes' brace to right center field with 2 out. And Cameron on first in the third, the 2-1. A changeup drops low for a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Dendine, something you don't see often, a native of Valkensvoort in the Netherlands. 3-1 pitch, low for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Riley Gaddis. Lincoln Memorial has the leadoff batter aboard for the second time today. And this brings up Mackenzie Henry, Lincoln Memorial's all-time leader in runs batted in with 165. And she squares to bunt, sends it to the right side of the circle. Hughes charging, throws to first to Holt covering. And the sacrifice works 3-4 to get Dendine into scoring position. That's something when your all-time leader in runs batted in can be called upon to sacrifice a tying run into scoring position. And that's what Henry does there to move Dendine over to second base. 1 out for Katie Pizzuto. Gaddis wheels and deals. And Pizzuto takes away for a ball, 1-0. Pizzuto flied out to left her first time up. 322 hitter stands in. Gaddis brings the 1-0 plateward. Inside for ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the fourth inning, Eagles have a 1-0 lead on Lincoln Memorial. 1 run off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left for Carson-Newman. No runs, 2 hits, none left, or no errors, 2 left for the splitters. Gaddis, here's the 2-0. Pizzuto swings, pops it in the air right side of the infield. No trouble for Macy Hughes, who didn't really have to move from her position off of first. And there's 2 away. So Gaddis gets a pop-up. And it brings up the designated player, Kelsey Tuggle. A leadoff walk for Dendine. A sacrifice bunt for Mackenzie Henry. Now a Pizzuto pop-up. 2 out for Tuggle. Gaddis deals a changeup. Bounce back to the circle. Gaddis fields it off the first hop and throws to first in plenty of time to get Tuggle. So the Eagles work around a leadoff walk for a second time this game. Carson-Newman carries a 1-0 lead headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. When we get back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Emma Frost back ready to roll here in the bottom of the fourth inning against Brooke Matazowski in a 1-0 ball game that favors Carson-Newman. Her first pitch to Matazowski is low and away for a ball, 1-0. Well, Frost has been really pitch efficient. 3 innings complete for her work. 30 pitches, 20 for strikes. This pitch, Matazowski hits in the air to right center field. There's no wind blowing, so it'll stay in the ballpark, and Henry will drift toward the right center field alleyway. and retire Brooke Matazowski. Now, if that one was hit like that against Limestone or Newberry, it's a home run. But with no gusts to speak of, it's a routine fly ball out for Madison Henry. Brings up Kennedy Warder, who's grounded out to short. Frost deals, and Warder takes on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. 1-0 Eagles leading, bottom of the fourth inning. A 2-out RBI double for Macy Hughes is the difference right now. Frost, 0-1 in pitching. Warder flips it foul to the netting behind home plate. She's in a 0-2 hole. Frost, 3 1/3 innings, has given up 2 hits and a run, a walk and a strikeout. She's been on point. 0-2. Frost pitches. Warder lays off the rise ball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Frost wheels and deals. Warder hits it foul to the backstop. Count holds it, a ball and 2 strikes. Beautiful day here in the Lakeway area. Nary a cloud in the sky, all blue above the banks of Mossy Creek. No even wispy cirrostratus clouds in the upper atmosphere. The 1-2. Change up outside for ball 2. And while the sun is out and the weather is gorgeous, temperatures are not where you probably would expect given how pretty it is. There was a frost advisory last night, and that's not a pun. The 2-2, swing and a miss as Emma Frost tallies up her second strikeout of the day. And there's 2 away. The temperature's hovering around 50 degrees, but if you're in the sun and the wind's not blowing, you certainly don't feel it. So 2 out. Frost trying to face the minimum for a second time today and keep the deficit to a run. 1-0 Eagles on top here in the bottom of the fourth with Hayden Dye to the plate. And Dye takes upstairs for a ball to begin the at-bat, 1-0. Dye hit it hard to center field her first time up, but it was right at Madison Henry, who drifted back to the warning track to make the out. Frost. 1-0. Taken outside for ball 2, 2-0. Emma Frost, multi-year all-SAC performer here in her senior season, hasn't quite put up the crazy numbers that she did in her previous 2 all-region campaigns, the 2-0. Change up outside for ball 3. ERA north of 3 for what feels like the first time in her tenure with the Rail Splitters. The 3-0 pitch. Called strike off the rise ball, 3-1. But she's still clearly really, really good. And I wonder if these ERAs just aren't a product of the fact that there are 7 teams in the SAC that are top 15 in the country in a litany of offensive categories. The 3-1. Dye swings, flares it down the right field line. It's in foul ground, and not sure if it got out of the park or landed, but it's strike 2 for Hayden Dye to load the count. Outside of Beeler and Rakes for Lenore Rhine and Kutcher for Wingate, it feels like everybody's ERAs this season are a little bit elevated. 3-2, Frost pitches. Dye swings, pops it in the air first base side, and this one's on top of the press box. And with a pitcher the caliber of Frost, again a multi-year all-region pitcher, you wonder, is this just the year of the offenses in the South Atlantic Conference? Payoff pitch is a changeup that Dye hacks foul back and out of play. Count holds it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not forget Carson-Newman as a team hitting .416 in the month of March. And granted, the Eagles coming off of an 11-day layoff, but Frost has limited the Eagles to 2 hits and a run through 3 2/3 innings. Payoff pitch. Downstairs for ball 4. Dye works the 2-out walk. Second free pass issued for Emma Frost. The first one also came with 2 outs and didn't hurt her. Brings Carmen Holt to the plate. Eagles mounted a 2-out rally to score their run in the bottom of the third. They have another one cooking here in the fourth. Frost trying to limit the damage. Holt a line out to first, her first time through. Frost pitches and finds the zone with an off-speed pitch. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hayden Dye on first base for Carson-Newman. A 1-0 lead for the Eagles in the bottom of the fourth. 0-1. Downstairs for a ball, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. No wind to speak of and sunny skies here on the banks of Mossy Creek. Frost turns and pitches the 1-1. And Holt takes a strike at the knees, 1-2. Eagles need a sweep of Lincoln Memorial to stay even with Wingate atop the league table with a massive doubleheader looming Saturday. The 1-2 pitch. Holt swings, stings it down the left field line. It's twisting foul and landing at the base of the wall. A noisy strike keeps the count of the ball and 2 strikes for Carmen Holt. Bottom of the fourth inning, 2 out, 1 on. Dye with decent speed at first. She has stolen 5 bases, but that's probably not the call here. Frost, 1-2, the pitch. Holt takes off the plate away for a ball, 2-2. Hayden Dye walked on 8 pitches after Warder struck out on 7. Eagles working the pitch count of Frost a little bit in this inning. Pitch 51 is a 2-2 offering that Holt fouls to the right now to play. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Granted, as much as Emma Frost has pitched over her career, certainly capable of dealing with a elevated pitch count. The 2-2 offering is a changeup that Holt pokes to right field. It drops in front of Conley, and that's a 2-out base hit for Carmen Holt. Dye moves over to second base, and there's a runner in scoring position for Mary Vandergriff. Eagles had some 2-out magic off the bat of Macy Hughes to score a run in the bottom of the third. Can Vandergriff come through with something here in the bottom of the fourth? Vandergriff 0 for 1 on the day. She lined out to short her first time up. Outfield back for the rail splitters as Frost deals. Vandergriff swings at the first pitch, and this one is not going to get out of the infield. The shortstop, Palmer, races in front of the second base bag and grips it to retire Vandergriff. So the Eagles leave 2 on base. A walk and a 2-out hit for Carmen Holt, but unable to get a second 2-out knock to extend the inning. 1-0 Eagles lead it through 4. Vivrette, Conley, and Palmer, lower third of the order, due up for Lincoln Memorial when we get back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Reese Vivrette leads off the top of the fifth for Lincoln Memorial. Swinging bunt to third, Matazowski fields, throw to first. Holt covering is able to complete the tag, and Vivrette collided with Holt on her way through. So Vivrette tries to lay down the bunt, throw to first in time, and as Holt was trying to step out of the way, those two collided, and Vivrette shaken up on the play. Put out goes 5-4 on the bunt attempt. And there's quickly one away for the right fielder, Conley. Home plate umpire Jeff Blanken having a word with Mark Wilson. Certainly didn't look like anything nefarious there. Carmen Holt had to extend her hand out to grab the throw from Brooke Matazowski and was pulling it back. Vivrette helped to her feet, and she's able to walk off under her own power. Holt trying to step out of the way. I think Vivrette stepped on her foot. So we'll see what her status is if Lincoln Memorial has a new second baseman. Certainly she's able to get off the field largely under her own power. And there's one out in the top of the fifth. The Eagles leading 1-0. Brings up the right fielder, Victoria Conley. Gaddis. Oxen fires to Conley. And the first pitch is down for a ball, 1-0. Conley, a strikeout victim, one of two on the day for Riley Gaddis. He struck out 2 and walked 2 with 2 hits in 4 1/3 innings. Gaddis. Here's the 1-0 offering. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. 60 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 29 have been for strikes. She's had to work from behind fairly frequently this game. The 2-0. On the edge of the plate for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0 Eagles leading in the top of the fifth. The difference right now is a 2-out double from Macy Hughes. Gaddis. Roxon fires the 2-1. Swung on, lifted to shallow center field. That drops in for a 1-out base hit for the right fielder, Conley. Cameron over to cut it off to keep Conley to the single. And she tallies her 7th hit of the season. On a poke to left center field. 3rd hit of the day for Lincoln Memorial brings up the shortstop, Palmer. Palmer, an infield single to second, her first time up. Gaddis deals, and Palmer takes the first pitch, strike, 0-1. Conley has stolen 2 bases this season without being caught. She stands on first, representing the tying run in a 1-0 ball game here in the top of the 5th. 0-1. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder and pitches. Right down Broadway for a strike, 0-2 off the curveball. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Eagles trying to get out of the 5th unscathed and protect a 1-0 lead. 0-2. Hit foul to the backstop. Count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. Well, there's plenty of action around the South Atlantic Conference today. Pretty big Wednesday around the softball diamond. Henry and Henry out to a 3-0 lead on Coker in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That's the only other game ongoing right now. Everything else is a 2 o'clock start. 0-2 off the plate away for a ball. 1-2. Catawba at Lenore Rhine is certainly interesting. Anderson at Tusculum. And then Mars Hill plays at Newberry at 3 p.m. Bluefield State's at UVA-Y is at 3 for a non-conference doubleheader. Change up in the turf for ball 2. Warder blocks it to keep Conley at first. 2-2 to Palmer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Conley on first for Lincoln Memorial. A 1-0 lead for Carson-Newman here in the top of the 5th inning. The 2-2 pitch. Stays up for ball 3. And that loads the count on Palmer. She's battled back from a 0-2 hole. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Gracie Palmer. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder and brings the payoff pitch to the plate. Popped into the air first base side. It's in foul ground. Macy Hughes shuffles outside the line from first and grips it to retire Palmer. 2 away, and the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Madison Henry. She's been aboard twice today. Led off the game with a walk, hit a 2-out double back in the 3rd. The lefty stands in with a .366 average. Gaddis wheels and deals in the turf for a ball. Warder blocks it, 1-0. Conley on first for Lincoln Memorial. She blooped a single to left center her with 1 out earlier this inning. 2 out now, 1 on. 1-0 Eagles in the top of the 5th. Gaddis, the 1-0. Turns away does Henry as it rides inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out. A 1-0 lead for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th. Gaddis gets the side from Warder, turns and delivers the 2-0. Downstairs for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Reister looms. She's 0 for 2 on the day. 8-9-1 has been the section of the order for LMU that has produced today. 3-0 pitch from Gaddis. Finds the edge of the plate for a strike, 3-1. 73 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 36 have been for strikes. She has darted around the edges of the plate all afternoon long. Gaddis set for the 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Taken for a strike at the handles. That loads the count on Henry. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 Eagles leading top of the 5th inning. Conley on first for the Rail Splitters. Henry looking for a 2-out knock. Gaddis turns and delivers the payoff pitch. Upstairs, and she walks Henry. So a 2-out walk to Madison Henry. Doesn't get her to chase at the pitch high. And Lincoln Memorial has the tying run on second and the go-ahead run on first for the left fielder, Anna Kate Reister. She's popped up to center, grounded out to second. Lefty stays in front of the plate as Gaddis delivers the first pitch. Reister swings, hard hit ball to short. Dive fields, throw to first. Hughes goes split-legged and applies the tag at first to get Reister. So LMU threatens a 1-out single for Conley, a 2-out walk for Henry, but the Rail Splitters unable to collect the 2-out hit. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Eagles looking for insurance. Martin, Cameron, Hughes to the plate with a 1-0 lead. Back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee and Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
How quick does Emma Frost work? This is the third time we've come back from break, and she's already thrown the first pitch of an at-bat. 0-1. It's in for a strike to Abby Martin. As she continues to work quickly, the 0-1. Martin swings and hits it foul to the backstop, and she's in a 0-2 hole. Martin flied out to center her first time through. Freshman's hitting .415 for the year now. And looking for a knock. Martin riding a career-best 6-game hitting streak. The 0-2. Martin swings, pokes it down the right field line, and it drops in fouled ground before Conley could race over to it. Slid down feet first, nearly got her glove to it. But it lands to keep the at-bat alive. 0-2 to the right-hand hitting Abby Martin with an open stance. Frost the pitch. Martin flares it foul off of first again. Out of play, 0-2. 1-0 Eagles leading bottom of the fifth inning. The run came in the third. A bunt single for Sienna Cameron with 2 outs to third base, and then a Macy Hughes double to right center fielder. Scored her from 3 away. The 0-2. Martin pops it up third base side. It stays in the yard, and the third baseman, Din Dine, grabs it to foul out Martin. 1 away for the leadoff hitter, Sienna Cameron. Cameron bunted herself aboard last time before scoring on the Hughes double. Frost deals to her. Cameron swings and misses. It's 0-1. Pitch 60 coming up here for Emma Frost. She's fired 41 strikes, 4 1/3 innings of work for Frost, 3 hits with a run allowed, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. 0-1. Frost pitches. Cameron checks her swing and a pitch upstairs. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The hits for Carson-Newman have come from Cameron and Hughes in the 1 and 2 spots, and Carmen Holt down in the 7 hole. The 1-1 pitch. Bunted by Cameron, foul off of third. It's 1-2. So Sienna Cameron trying to bunt herself aboard once more. It was a good bunt. Would have been a tough play for Din Dime, but it spiked and rolled left foul. One ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases empty, bottom 5. The 1-2. Cameron swings, pokes it in the air to left. Twisting around is Reister, who reaches up near the warning track to retire Cameron. Well, good defensive shading by the rail splitters. Reister playing toward the alleyway instead of the line. And she's able to snare it to retire Cameron for the second out of the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Eagles leading with Macy Hughes to the plate. She's 1 for 2 today. Strikeout and a double. Swings at the first pitch. Lines it through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. Macy Hughes has herself a multi-hit day. And there's yet another 2-out knock for Carson-Newman. All 4 of Carson-Newman's hits in this game have come with 2 outs. Hughes lunges and strokes it through the left side to bring up Macaulay Bailey. Bailey 0 for 1 with a walk and a foul out. Second in the nation with 48 driven in, standing in as Frost deals. Bailey swings, loops it to left center field, back to the wall. It bangs off the wall. Reister has to chase it down. Bailey motors into second. She's got a stand-up double. Hughes scores from 3 bases away. And Macaulay Bailey adds to it with a 2-out double to left center. 49th run driven in this season for Macaulay Bailey. She has driven in a run in all but 1 of Carson-Newman's games in the month of March. 2-0 Eagles leading. Another 2-out double scores a run for Carson-Newman. And now Brooke Taylor is into pinch run for Macaulay Bailey. So the Eagles bring in Taylor to pinch run at second. A 2-0 lead for the Eagles in the bottom of the 5th. 2-out RBI doubles, the name of the game for Carson-Newman here in game one of this doubleheader. Macy Hughes with one in the third, Macaulay Bailey with one here in the bottom of the fifth, and now Brooke Matazowski to the plate. Frost deals to her on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Matazowski has popped up to short and flied out to right. The pitch. Outside edge for a strike. Nothing in two. To Brooke Matazowski. 2 out, Taylor on second. The pitch. Matazowski clubs down the left field line, foul it off the cages. Count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Wind blowing out to center field. A 2-0 lead for Carson-Newman on Lincoln Memorial here in the bottom of the 5th. Frost back aboard the slab. The 0-2. Matazowski swings and misses. She was tardy and is down on strikes. But back-to-back 2-out hits. A single through the left side for Macy Hughes. A 2-out double to left center for Macaulay Bailey. And the Eagles are up 2-0. Headed to the 6th inning. Dendine, Henry, Pizzuto, meat of the order due up for the Rail Splitters after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team.
2-0 Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial as we come to the top of the 6th inning. Instead of Dendine leading things off for LMU. Gaddis pitches in the turf to her for a 1-0 count. Dendine, 0 for 1 officially. She is lined out to center and walked. 1-0. Gaddis turns and pitches. And Dendine takes low for ball 2, 2-0. 78 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 38 have been for strikes. And she has really darted around the edges of the zone today. Gaddis turns up the 2-0. That's right down the middle for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Stetta Dendine. Third baseman hitting .280 this season. Outfield playing back for Carson-Newman. Gaddis deals the 2-1. In the turf for ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Dendine. Top of the 6th inning, a 2-0 lead for Carson-Newman. 2 runs off 5 hits, no errors, 5 left for the Eagles. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 5 left for the Rail Splitters. Gaddis unfurls the 3-1 pitch. It's clubbed foul off of Dendine's wickets, and that loads the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. To the leadoff batter, Dendine. Been aboard once today on a walk. 3-2. Gaddis set to pitch. She turns her body, wheels, and deals. Dendine swings and tips it foul into Warder's mitt. She strikes out swinging. Third K of the day for Riley Gaddis. There's one away in the top of the sixth. Firm work for Riley Gaddis to battle back and bring up the catcher, Mackenzie Henry. Henry 0 for 1 on the day. Ground out and a sacrifice bunt. First pitch to her is down and in for a ball, 1-0. 2-0 Eagles leading in the top of the sixth. A pair of two-out RBI doubles, the difference right now for Carson-Newman. Macy Hughes had one in the third. Macaulay Bailey had one in the fifth. 1-0 to Mackenzie Henry. Gaddis pitches. A changeup off the plate. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Henry. 38 knocks and 94 trips to the plate this season. 10 doubles on the year, the 2-0. On the outside edge for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Henry. Couple triples to her name and 4 bombs as well. Catcher stands in. Gaddis set for the 2-1. She pitches. Right down the middle at the knees for a strike, 2-2. Gaddis has battled back to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2-0. Eagles leading top of the 6th inning. 2-out hitting has carried Carson-Newman in this one. Gaddis, the break-even pitch. Off the plate away. Henry, disciplined, doesn't chase, and that loads the count at 3-2. 87 pitches, 43 for strikes for Riley Gaddis. 3-2 to Henry. Gaddis turns and delivers the 3-2. It's in the turf for ball 4. So Henry works the 1-out walk. She's aboard for the first time today. It brings up Katie Pizzuto. Pizzuto has flied out to left and popped out to first. And Richie Richardson has his lineup card out. He's going to bring in a pinch runner for Mackenzie Henry. So Lincoln Memorial brings out Henry and brings in Riley Maupin to pinch run. Michael Graves out from the dugout to have a chat with the Carson-Newman infield. Riley Gaddis issued her 4th walk of the day. A 2-0 lead for Carson-Newman here in the top of the 6th inning. As Michael Graves chatting with the infield to put some instructions into play. Katie Pizzuto to the plate, 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop-up. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Eagles with a 2-0 lead on Lincoln Memorial. Gaddis juggles the rosin bag with her right hand, discards it behind her, climbs back aboard the slab to go to work against Pizzuto. Maupin on first, pinch running for the Rail Splitters. Gaddis wheels and deals the first pitch to Pizzuto. Upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Maupin has not attempted a stolen base this season. That felt like a pitch out to see if she was going to be on the move. Top of the 6th inning. A 2-0 lead for the Eagles. 1 out, 1 on for the Rail Splitters. The 1-0. Off the plate away. Ball 2 to Pizzuto. 90 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 43 have been for strikes. She's into another 2-0 hole. Gaddis turns and pitches. Missed down a little bit. It's 3-0 to Pizzuto. Gaddis in danger of issuing a second straight one-out free pass. 3-0 to Pizzuto. Gaddis wheels and deals. Finds the plate with a strike there. It's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-0 Eagles leading, top of the 6th inning. Eagles in need of a sweep to stay even with Wingate atop the league table. The Memorial trying to make up some ground on both the Eagles and the Bulldogs. The 3-1 pitch. That finds the plate again on the outside edge for strike 2. So Gaddis has battled back from the 3-0 hole to load the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A third straight batter that has faced a 3-2 count against Gaddis. Dindine struck out, Henry walked. Pizzuto showing bunt on 3-2. Gaddis pitches high and outside for ball 4. Back-to-back one-out walks. That's the 5th free pass of the day that Gaddis has issued. And Lincoln Memorial has the tying run on base for Kelsey Tuggle. Mopping over to second, Pizzuto at first. And up comes Tuggle, who struck out and grounded out to the circle. Gaddis. Some stressful pitches here as she delivers to Tuggle, who takes a strike at the belt, 0-1. Well, Pizzuto and Maupin, neither one of them have stolen a base this season. Pizzuto's been caught stealing twice. Granted, Maupin's who you want to see moving first if you're trying to move up a bag for the rail splitters. 0-1, Gaddis pitches. It's in the turf for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-0 Eagles leading, top of the 6th inning. Lincoln Memorial with 2 base runners here after back-to-back one-out walks to Henry and Pizzuto. Maupin takes over for Henry and stands at second. Here's the 1-1. There's a changeup laced through the hole left side, base hit. Stop sign held up as Martin fields in left. Throw cut off by Gaddis on the third base line. Tuggle strokes a single through the left side, and there's a rail splitter on every bag with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Tuggle pounds it through the left side, and it brings up Vivrette. Bases loaded, 1 out. Vivrette 0 for 2 with a line out and a failed bunt attempt. She takes low for a ball, 1-0. Pitch 100 coming up here for Riley Gaddis. Top of the 6th inning, contending with what are really her first stressful pitches of the day. Bases loaded, 1 out. Gaddis, the 1-0. Downstairs for ball 2. 2-0 to Vivrette. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Maupin at third, Pizzuto at second, Tuggle at first. A 2-0 lead for Carson-Newman on Lincoln Memorial. Gaddis wheels and deals, the 2-0 pitch. That's on the inner half for a strike. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Eagles leading Lincoln Memorial 2-0 in the top of the 6th, but the rail splitter's threatening. Bases loaded, 1 out. Gaddis wheels and deals the 2-1. Swung on, lifted to left center field. Martin races over and grabs it, throws home. It is grabbed by Warder, but up the line. Maupin slides in, and Lincoln Memorial has lit the lamp with a sacrifice fly for Vivrette. Tuggle and Pizzuto have to stay put. Maupin scores, and it's a 2-1 ball game in the top of the 6th. Eagles threw over to third to make sure that Maupin did not leave early. Lincoln Memorial has plated its first run of the day on a sacrifice fly. Brings up the right fielder, Conley. A bloop single to left center, her last time up. Gaddis pitches. Low and away for a ball, 1-0. Conley's 1 for 2. A 2-1 lead for Carson-Newman here in the top of the 6th inning. Lincoln Memorial has manufactured a run with a sacrifice fly into left center. 2 out, 2 on for the Rail Splitters. Eagles try to protect what's now a 1-run lead. The 1-0. Downstairs in the turf for a ball, 2-0 to Conley. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Pizzuto on second, Tuggle on first. A 2-1 lead for Carson-Newman in the top of the 6th. Gaddis turns her body, delivers the 2-0. Swung on and bounced foul off of third. Richie Richardson extends his arms into the air and does a little bit of a back bend to get out of the way of that smoker. 2-1 to Conley. Nice moves by Richardson, showcasing some flexibility in the third base coach's box. The 2-1. On the outside edge for strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on for the Rail Splitters, down 2-1 to Carson-Newman in the top of the 6th inning. Gaddis brings the break even to the plate. Way outside to Conley. It's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gaddis toes the rubber. Here's the payoff pitch. Conley swings, golfs it to the right side of the circle, and then you've got a dead ball as Holt and Tuggle collide. And do you get interference here on Tuggle? I haven't seen the umpire make a signal yet. Heard the dead ball call. But I would presume that's going to be interference on Tuggle, and Carson-Newman is heading to the dugout, so that will be the inning. So interference ends the frame. Officially a fielder's choice for Conley, and Tuggle retired on interference. But the Rail Splitters score 1 on a sacrifice fly from Vivrette. 2-1 Eagles lead, looking for insurance as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
2-1 Eagles lead as we come to the bottom of the 6th, and Kennedy Warder swings at the first pitch she gets. Grounds it to short. Palmer fields cleanly and beats Warder to the bag by a half a step with a 6-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down quickly for the Eagles in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-1 lead for Carson-Newman over Lincoln Memorial. Eagles without a hit with less than 2 out in this one. Eagles have 5 knocks on the day. They've all come with 2 away, and up comes Hayden Dye. Frost deals to her, and Dye swings and fouls the first pitch back and out of play, 0-1. 2-1 Eagles leading. 2-out double in the third for Macy Hughes. 2-out RBI double in the fifth for Macaulay Bailey. For the Eagles runs, Lincoln Memorial with a sacrifice fly in the 6th from Reese Vivrette. The 0-1. Dye takes high and outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-1 Eagles leading Lincoln Memorial here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looking for insurance. in a 2-1 ball game. The 1-1. Dye swings, pokes it into shallow right center field. It's a bit of a run for Henry, but she climbs on her horse and chases it down in the alleyway to put away Dye. 2 away for the Eagles, and up comes Carmen Holt. Carmen Holt has a knock on the day. A single to right her last time up. She's also lined out to first. 358 batter stands in against Emma Frost, who deals. And Holt takes on the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2-1, Eagles leading, bottom of the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Holt cues it foul to the backstop, 0-2. Scoreboard watching in the sack, where Emery and Henry has built a 6-0 lead on Coker in the top of the 6th. LR has jumped out 2-0 on Catawba in the bottom of the 2nd. Anderson and Tusculum scoreless in the top of the 3rd. The 0-2. Low and away to Holt. 1-2. Wingate not playing today. One of the few teams in the SAC who's off. Bulldogs await the Eagles on Saturday. Carson-Newman's hoping it's a battle for first place. Need to sweep the splitters for that to happen, though. The 1-2 is a changeup. Holt stays back on it, dribbles it to third. Dindine fields and throws to first in time to get Carmen Holt, who tripped over Pizzuto on her way to the bag. 5-3 the putout goes, and Frost faces the minimum for a second time today. No insurance for the Eagles. Palmer, Henry, and Reister will try to extend the game. Top of the 7th coming up. Eagles up 2-1 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
2-1, Carson-Newman leads Lincoln Memorial as we come to the top of the 7th. 9-1-2 scheduled to appear for the Rail Splitters. Palmer, Henry, and Reister as Riley Gaddis goes back to work in the circle for Carson-Newman. Freshman winds and delivers. A first pitch strike to Palmer at the belt, 0-1. 109 pitches for Riley Gaddis, 54 for strikes. 6 innings of work. She's given up 4 hits, a run, walked 5, and struck out 3. Gaddis, 0-1. She pitches. Downstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The leadoff batter, Palmer, who has hit an infield single to second and fouled out to first. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder. Here's the 1-1. Change up, tipped foul off of home plate, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Palmer. A 2-1 lead for the Eagles in the top of the 7th. The Eagles scored 1 in the 3rd off of a Macy Hughes 2-out RBI double. Scored 1 in the 5th off of a 2-out Macaulay Bailey RBI double. Rail Splitters get a sacrifice fly in from Vivrette in the 6th. The 1-2. Hit foul to the right and out of play. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. To the leadoff batter, Palmer. Gaddis toes the rubber as Palmer shows bunt. The 1-2 is a changeup that hits Palmer. Oh, strike that. The home plate umpire, Jeff Blanken, is going to say Palmer made no effort to get out of the way of it. So that's ball 2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gaddis deals. Swing by Palmer, line to left. Martin leaning forward, stumbles and snares it to retire Palmer. Well hit by Palmer, but Martin plays it perfectly. And there's 1 out in the top of the 7th. Lineup turns back to the top of the order for the hottest splitter hitter today, Madison Henry. Henry has reached base every time she's come up. 2 walks and a double. Been aboard every time the lefty stands in as Gaddis deals. Low for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Base is empty for the Rail Splitters in the top of the 7th. A 2-1 Carson-Newman lead. Eagles trying to snap a 10-game losing streak to LMU. The 1-0. On the outside edge for a strike, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Base is empty, top of the 7th. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder and brings the 1-1 to the plate. High for ball 2, 2-1. These games absolutely critical for both these teams. Both trying to stay in the hunt and stay step for step with Wingate atop the league leaderboard. Eagles a game back. LMU 2 back. The 2-1 is a change up in the turf for ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. LMU needs 1 here in the top of the 7th to extend the game. Gaddis lines up the 3-1. It's low for ball 4. Henry walks for a 3rd time and is on base for a 4th time today. Rail Splitters get the tying run on with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Up comes Reister. Anna Kate Reister. 0 for 3 today. Popped up to center and is grounded out to second and to short. Lefty stays in front of the dish with a closed stance, and Gaddis pitches. It's inside for a ball, 1-0. 120 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 58 have been for strikes. 120 pitches, a season high, a career high for Gaddis. At least for the games that we have pitch counts from. The 1-0. Reister watches it in the turf for ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Reister. After her, you get the ever-dangerous Stetta Dindine and Mackenzie Henry. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Madison Henry on first. The pitch. Misses in tight for a ball, 3-0 to Reister. 122 pitches now for Riley Gaddis. Henry, 9 stolen bases on the year and 11 attempts. She's at first with 1 out, and the Rail Splitters down a run in the top of the 7th. Gaddis, the 3-0. Finds the plate for a strike, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Lincoln Memorial trying to rally. Gaddis turns her body, delivers the 3-1. It's upstairs, hacking it foul onto Davis Street is Reister, and it's 3-2. Well, that was ball 4. Instead, it's 3-2 to Reister. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 7th inning. Gaddis. Payoff pitch to come. She deals to Reister. Swung on, lifted foul off of third and out of play onto the hillside adjacent Davis Street. Count stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2-1 Eagles leading top of the 7th. Lincoln Memorial with the tie and run on base. Should Carson-Newman be forced to bat in the bottom of the 7th, 8, 9, and 1 due up. Vandergriff, Martin, and Cameron. Payoff pitch coming. Gaddis deals. Hit foul to the backstop again. Count stays full on Reister. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Riley Gaddis. Reister trying to get on base for the first time today. 3-2. Gaddis deals. Reister swings, lifts it to left. Routine for Martin, who settles under it. Didn't really need to move at all. And she grabs it to retire Reister. 2 away for Stetta Dindine. Dindine 0 for 2 today. She's lined out to center, walked, and struck out. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder and pitches. Dindine takes a first pitch strike at the belt, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. 2-1 Eagles leading top of the 7th. Henry on first base for the Rail Splitters, down a run. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder. Here's the 0-1 offering. Downstairs for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Henry on first for LMU. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder. And pitches. A changeup. Off the plate away for ball 2. 2-1 to Dindine. Tension mounting here at the Vic. Lincoln Memorial down a run in the top of the 7th. 2 balls and a strike with 2 out to Dindine with a runner on first. Gaddis pitches. Dindine swings. Line drive right back to Gaddis. Ball game over. She seizes it. Riley Gaddis deals a dandy. And for the first time since 2018, Carson-Newman victorious over Lincoln Memorial. 2 out hitting, the name of the day for the Eagles, as Macy Hughes and Macaulay Bailey both drive-in runs with 2 out doubles. Eagles prevail in game 1, 2-1 over Lincoln Memorial. Carson-Newman takes aim at a sweep. Game 2 headed your way at approximately 3:10 p.m. It's right here on the Eagles Sports Network.